Good morning. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, Saxe, this Sunday, June 27, 2021. Let's take a deep breath together. Breathe in, affirming life and love, peace, unity, harmony, prosperity, vibrant health. Gratitude for this loving community, this place that we call home, where we share our hearts and souls. We celebrate our oneness with those watching us remotely, who are not separated by time or space, for we are all one. We are all here together by divine appointment for special work today, so that we can rediscover the beauty of who and what we are, so that we can rediscover ways to step more fully into our innate divinity, to be the hands and feet of Spirit here on this earth, sharing our unique gifts. Sharing those special things that only each and every one of us can share. Continue to breathe deeply, letting go of all distractions, allowing yourself to drop down into your heart space, that place where we are more aware of the divine. Center yourself on your breath, your heartbeat, giving gratitude for this amazing life that we live. So we let go of our list of things to do. We let whatever may be going on outside of this room to be a part of our centering, the symphony of life, of which we are a beautiful part. Just be. Just be. Just be. And as we celebrate life here in this peaceful place within us, we sing our centering song, Spirit's Prayer.
Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Oh, thank y'all for being here. It's so beautiful. All right, well, let's do a children's blessing and bless all the beautiful little children of this world. Join me. Children of light, we see you guided and directed by an inward spirit that leads you into the path that is right for you. We see you strong and whole. We see you blessed and prospered. We see you courageous and confident. We see you as the spiritually perfect beings you truly are. Children of light, we bless you. And then today's inspirational moment comes from the Unity Daily Word Confidence. Today, my heart is without fear, for I have implicit confidence in the good, the enduring, and the true. Fear is the only thing of which to be afraid. It is the lack of confidence in the good that alone should concern us. I realize that fear is not godlike, since it contradicts the divine presence, repudiates limitless love, and denies infinite good. Therefore, I know that fear is a lie. Woo, I love that. It is merely an impostor that I have believed in. Today, I repudiate all fear. I renounce the belief in evil. I enter into conscience union with spirit. I accept the good as supreme, positive, and absolute. With joy, I enter into the activities of the day. Without regret, I remember the events of yesterday. And with confidence, I look forward to tomorrow. For today, my heart is without fear. So if you'll repeat with me 3 times our affirmation. Today, my heart is without fear. Today, my heart is without fear. Today, my heart is without fear. Thank you very much.
I'm finding myself at a loss for words. And the funny thing is, it's okay. And I have my words out of order. Do I get a do-over? Do I get a do-over? See, I told you I can't see that good. Okay. I think I got it now. Okay. Thank you. Can we please start over? I'm finding myself at a loss for words. And the funny thing is, it's okay. The last thing I need is to be heard, but to hear what you would say. Word of God, speak. Would you pour down like rain, washing my eyes to see your majesty, to be still and know that you're in this place. Please let me stay and rest in your holiness. Word of God, speak. I'm finding myself in the midst of you, beyond the music, beyond the noise. All that I need is to be with you in the quiet and hear your voice. A word of God, speak. Would you pour down like rain, washing my eyes to see your majesty, with fear and know that you're in this place. Please let me stay and rest in your holiness. Word of God, speak. Thank you all.
Drop the mic.
So I fell in love with storytelling a number of years ago. And storytelling is one of the things that helped me significantly increase my emotional intelligence. It was through storytelling that I learned to process my father's passing with grace and with a full heart, and it enabled me to let go of all of the emotion I had pent up about that, the story I had about where I was and who I was after he passed. So there are stories that we have, and that was one of them for me, that well up inside us sometimes that we need to tell. There are stories that we need to say out loud to someone that we trust, or maybe to ourselves perhaps, so that we can process our feelings, our thoughts about things, and especially the stories that we have about what we experience in life. Those things help us transform. Those things help us become the best of who we are in light of, and especially with the gift of what happens to us. Because sometimes we think that things are done to us, not for us. And really, life, depending on how you look at it, is all a gift for us. However, sometimes we get in a different mode of thinking and we start believing that we are a victim of circumstance, a victim of things that happen to us, and we lose the gift. We don't see the gift at all. And that's when we can lapse into another form of story where we continue to hurt ourselves outside of the story. There's the story and what happened, and that's real. And then when we start to relive it and create stuff around it that really is not attached to the original circumstance, then we can start to hurt ourselves. And sometimes we can drag ourselves down into a place that is totally out of alignment with the magnificence of who we are and what we are. So there are stories that need to be told. And then we have the stories we create. The ones that run wild in our minds, sometimes when we awaken in the middle of the night, and we start to feel like things are happening to us. And we can't get out of that. We get locked in the story, and then that story ends up repeating in our heads throughout the day. And every time something else happens, we go back to that story and we dredge it back up and we say, see? See? I knew I wasn't worthy of such and such. See, I knew that something like that was bound to happen because that's just what always happens to me. Stuff happens to me. When we get in that space, sometimes we start to have pity parties. We've all had them. We've hosted them. We've invited people to party with us. We stay for a while. And sometimes we overstay in the party, the pity party. And we find some kind of gift in the retelling of the story, in the retelling of the wound, in the reopening it, showing it to people. Oh my gosh, this is what happened. This is why I'm so unfortunate. This is why I'm unworthy. You know, he didn't love me, and nobody's going to love me. And I have proof now that nobody's going to love me. Let me tell you about it. And then that person revels in your story with you, and then you move on to the next person at your party, and you tell them. And every single time you retell the story, you reaffirm it in here, in your psyche, in your consciousness, and the story gets bigger, and the wounding gets bigger and deeper and harder to dig yourself out of. Yeah, it becomes real. And then you relive it every single time you tell it. You relive it every single time you tell it. The stories that transform us, we can tell, and we can tell them over and over, but if they're transforming us and we're growing from it, and we are finding the gift in it, then we are telling the story from a place of power and confidence. We have processed it and found wisdom out of the story, out of the thing that happened. And then we start to separate it from who and what we are. And then you can feel, as you are telling that story and relating it from a place of power, you know that you're not ripping that wound open again. You know that there's a scab healing over it, and pretty soon you're not going to see the wound anymore. You won't even know where it is. But you can tell that story from a place of power. In the pity party, something else is going on. The pity party is a place of self-indulgence, where you stay and you revel in what went wrong. And you do get some kind of bounce from that. Maybe it is empathy or sympathy from the people you're telling it to. Maybe somehow we need affirmation that it's okay for us to feel like we're feeling, which is less than, which has nothing to do with who we are, has nothing to do with what you were created to be. But if we've set up camp in the pity party, you end up stuck until you decide you don't want to party anymore. Until you decide you're done with whatever that is. And that you're ready to come from a place of power in that story or completely reframe it. I've talked before that there are some times when you hear the story, you're in the middle of the pity party, and then you realize how pitiful it really is. I have been, and maybe you have too, when you're right in the middle of the story, you hear yourself telling it, and you say, oh my gosh, why am I doing that? Really? This is not who I am. And I believe at that point, who and what you are is rising up and is saying to you quite clearly, stop it. This is not who you are. Stop it. Listen to yourself. That something is incongruent in your system at the time, and finally, at the 100th telling, something is asking you, is that really true? Is that what you really want to call in? Because every single time you speak it, you call it into your life. Every single time you speak it. And it's okay to be mid-story and say, sorry, I got nothing else around that. Got nothing else. Let's move on. And segue, gracefully or not, to a statement of power that is something that comes from the God within you. It's okay to stop, because we all get there. We all have something, and sometimes it happens throughout the day. It can be something very small. I am often there when I'm tired. When I don't feel like I have the physical, the mental, the spiritual energy, the emotional energy to be in alignment with who I really know that I am, which is a unique expression of the divine. When I get tired, then it's harder for me to keep doing that work. Spiritual confidence, what Pete read about in today's inspiration moment, is a skill. We have to work that. Every single time you're in the story and you stop yourself, you are exercising spiritual confidence. You are exercising that muscle that we were all born with that enables us to step forward with power, real power. The power that is limitless, the power that feeds us, the power that has the ability to feed people around you without you having to tell them that you're feeling powerful. They'll feel it oozing off of your skin, just like they feel the other stuff, the pity party, oozing off of you as well. So let's read a little bit more. Let's go over this, because this is good stuff, like Pete said.
Yes, it is.
So when you're in the middle of the story, you can stop dead in your tracks and remind yourself that today my heart is without fear. What is there to be afraid of? We've been given everything. Everything right here. Nobody has to give you anything. Nobody has to teach you anything. You don't have to go to a class. You don't have to read a book. You don't even have to listen to me. Did I just say that out loud? You don't. Sometimes I don't listen to me. Sometimes I have to remind myself. And that's why we're talking about this today, because I had a pity party yesterday morning. I invited my poor husband into that party with me. And after about the first 30 seconds, he left the party. Abandoned me in my hour of need. He said, I'm not doing this with you. What are you doing? What are you saying? But I just went on. Because I'm having this pity party right now. I'm having this. And you're going to listen. You're going to listen. So as he's telling me to stop the pity party, I'm continuing to be pitiful. That's where we go. That's where we go. And I went there until I got tired of feeling pitiful. But there was something in me that needed to come out. I needed to give voice to what I was feeling at the time. Because yes, sometimes we do feel less than. Yes, I was in a moment where I felt less than. Yes. It's real. Those things that come up, that knock you off of your center, that make you forget who you were created to be. And depending on what you're doing in life, if you're thinking that whatever it is that you're created to be is larger than you, then you have forgotten the gift that God gave each and every one of us. You've forgotten. The feeling of less than is not real. It says, I realize that fear is not godlike. Be not afraid. There's nothing for you to fear. Nothing. And so as I walked around, hoping he was going to be in this pity party with me, and it wasn't working, thank goodness. I started to think, what tools do I have to pull myself out of where I am, out of this dark corner? The light is always there, light with a capital L. The light is always there. It's only when we close our eyes and refuse to see or put on the blinders that we end up in the pity party, that we end up in that space. And so I started to think, how do I flip that switch? That switch I always talk about, like a light switch? How do I do this? And I immediately turned on a song because music works for me. Music automatically connects me with my soul, and then in an instant, I can remember who I am and who I was created to be. And that fear does not have to be mine unless I tend and want to claim it in that moment. And I did for a bit. And then I said, I'm done. I'm done. No more. And whatever else I was feeling, this frustration, this sadness, or whatever I was feeling at the moment, and there were probably about 5 or 6 different things going on at once, I decided it was going to have to move through me. And so I ended up cleaning the house, scrubbing something, because it enabled me to get rid of what was here. Because I knew rationally that I don't have to stay in a place of fear. That fear was a choice at the moment, and that I had to deal with and process whatever was happening within me, so I could feel that alignment with God once again. And so after some time, it was an hour or so, that I was able to say, like Pete read, I accept the good as supreme, positive, and absolute. With joy, I enter into the activities of the day. Without regret, I remember the events of yesterday. I had some old stuff coming up, so I had to leave that. Because you have to remind yourself that you did the best you could with what you had at the moment, whatever happened in the past. And let go of any regret and step forward into confidence. With confidence, I look forward to tomorrow, for today my heart is without fear. I have nothing to fear. I don't. Unless I tell myself differently. So what do you want to believe? In the moment or not? In the moments when you get there, decide, do I want to flex my spiritual muscle? Do I want to remember that God is absolute and live as if I know that? That's what I love about unity principle. That we have the principle, that we have the things that we believe, but it's not enough. You can't stop there. It's necessary for you to live what you believe. I know all the right stuff. I'm up here teaching it every Sunday. I still get into the pity party. So I know it, but still acted pitifully for a little while yesterday morning. So it's not enough to know. Knowing doesn't stop it. Acting as if you believe it works. Knowing what gets you back there works. You've got to know what it is and then be willing to take it out of your toolbox and use it when you need it. Use it when you need it. And use it again. So if you've got to use it 5 times in one day, use it 5 times in one day. That's the journey. That's the path. That's why we're here. Yes, we all go through stuff. We are not the stuff. You don't have to be afraid of the stuff. We've been given everything we need to deal with the stuff. Everything you need to deal with the stuff. In fact, if you keep dealing with it and flexing the spiritual muscle, sooner or later, you will know there's no stuff. There's no stuff. I told you, when I first started this unity path, I had personal baggage that you could fill a sea-tainer with. Yeah. That you needed huge loaders. And I dragged that stuff around with me all the time. And it was always the reason why I couldn't have, couldn't be, couldn't do. All my stuff. Because look at it, it's right there. Look, big container. And if somebody asked me, so, what's happening with such and such? Oh, see, I got stuff. My parents did this. Somebody said that to me. Another teacher said this. Somebody broke my heart. Failed at this, failed at that. See, evidence all over the place. See it, see it, see it. And I got tired. Man, it's exhausting carrying the stuff. It's exhausting. Let it go. And finally I said, I am tired of that thing. Tired of dragging it with me, pushing it with me, showing it to people, opening the doors. Come on, everybody, take the tour of my pity stuff. I was tired, infinitely tired and exhausted. And in my prayer, I said, show me something different. I don't want to do this anymore. When you get ready, you're ready. Whenever that is. In an instant, you can decide that you're ready for something different, that you're ready to flex the spiritual muscle and live life confidently. So now I have a little clutch bag with baggage. And that's what I opened yesterday morning. And it's little, you know, it's got a couple little compartments. I looked in, dragged a story or two. Tried to show it to him. Oh. Where's a pity party participant when you want one? Right? And then when I got tired, I zipped it back up and put it away. And put it away. And I kept repeating to myself, I and the Father are one. I am love. I am light. I am part and parcel of the same stuff. The same energy that created the heavens and the earth. I am made of that. I am made of that. I don't have to worry about the stuff. It's only stuff if I make it stuff. It's only baggage if I drag it up. And it's only a pity party if I decide I'm going to play and I want to invite people in. You can play pitiful for as long as you want. You can do it your whole life if you want. And you actually are still love, even if you decide that's what you want to do. Because the truth of who you are is inescapable. But you can pretend otherwise. You can pretend otherwise till you take your last breath. And blame whoever, whatever, all the way there. Many people do. And when we do that, we miss the glory of this life. We miss all the goodness and love and joy and community, relationship, full, life-affirming relationship. We miss that when we show up as something different that's out of alignment with who we truly are. So what do you want? What do you want? What do you need to do in the moment? I did it for a bit yesterday. I was done, and then I left it. I didn't kick myself for the rest of the day, saying, you're a spiritual leader. You shouldn't have had a pity party. What's that about? I just left it, because we do it. We're human. And especially if you are starting to do some things that you've never done in your life before and they scare you. They scare you because you're stepping out in a way that you've never stepped out before. You're dealing with something you've never dealt with before and you don't know what to do with it. That's when that baggage crops back up. And we start telling ourselves something that's contrary to who we are, to who we were created to be. That's when that stuff comes up. If you've got a new situation, you've got to remember, remind yourself that yes, I was given everything I need to deal with this, even though I don't know what this is. All you got to figure out is the next moment. That's all you got to know. You can let go of everything else. You can let go of the next 5 minutes, the next 10 minutes, the next day. It doesn't matter. All that matters is what's here and in front of you right now. This moment of thinking and feeling. And what are you going to call in this moment? And that moment carries you to moment number 2. That moment carries you to the next 5 minutes, to the next hour, to the next day. Just do this moment. And each moment you get to decide, do I want to do this in power or in a pity party? What do I want? What do I want? You've been given dominion over your thoughts, words, and deeds. We get to choose how we step through this life. We've been given a feast, a place at the table, Scripture says. And some of us sit there at the table, a banquet before us, and say, "There's nothing here for me. Nothing here for me." It's right here. It's closer than your fingertips, friends. Closer than your fingertips. All you have to do is claim it in the moment. Claim it in the moment. Stop dead in your tracks and claim it in the moment. And when you can't, when you're not, maybe you have an angel floating around your life somewhere who's saying, "Stop the party. Stop the pity party. What are you doing? What are you doing? This isn't you." Sometimes we need the angel that looks like a friend, a spouse, a line in a song, a billboard, a bumper sticker, a meme, a Facebook post. Sometimes we need it and we go, "Oh, I'm not some pitiful little creature victimized by life. I'm a person of power. I am love. I am light. I have everything I need to navigate this life with grace and confidence. For this I was born. For this moment I was born. And I'm going to step into it fully with my innate power." And that's the party you want to invite everybody to, where they can celebrate life with you. They can celebrate love with you. They can celebrate God with you. Let's take this into meditation. Just breathe deeply. And as you breathe, think of perhaps a story that you might have right now that you told yourself this morning, you told yourself in the last week, the last day, or it's a story you've been telling yourself for years. What's the story? You all know what it is. The story about why you couldn't have, couldn't be, couldn't do. why you're not good enough, why you're not worthy. What is that story? And ask yourself, is there something I need to heal here? Is there something I need to heal? Or can I just let it go? For healing can happen instantaneously. Healing is consciousness. What is that story? And now, as you're feeling that story, ask yourself, what is mine to do with this story? What is mine to do? Can I reframe it into a statement of power and affirmation? Do I need to repudiate it? Do I need to cast it out? What's the story? And are you willing to let it go? Are you willing to let it heal you, transform you? Are you willing to let it be the evidence of who you truly are? A unique expression of the divine, a child of God. So just allow yourself to feel whatever that story makes you feel. Let yourself feel it. And let it come up. And just vent it and let it go. Chip off one more piece of baggage. Picture it like it's on a suitcase on a turnstile in the airport. And you're just going to watch it go around and around and around. But this time you're not claiming it. You're going to walk away. Bless it on its way. Bless yourself along the way and walk away from the baggage on the turnstile. You can refuse to claim it. Walk away with your arms open, your heart open. Ready for something good, true, and right. Ready for something more loving, more powerful, more peaceful, more life-affirming. As we let go, the universe prepares, God prepares to fill your arms with something else. Let's take a breath together. Breathing in life and love. Breathing in peace. Breathing in spiritual confidence. Spiritual confidence. The power to handle whatever comes down your path. To handle it gracefully, with love, with wisdom, with ease. And to step into a new portion of the path, more free than you've ever been before. More free than you've ever been before. Jesus said, I came that you may have life and to have it abundantly. And so in this moment we say yes and thank you. Yes to goodness. Yes to peace. Yes to harmony. Yes to love. Yes to wisdom. Yes to healing of the body, the mind, the spirit, the heart. Yes to all good things. Arms overflowing. Arms overflowing. One more breath together. Breathe in. We are one life, one heart, one love. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen. So in this moment, as we are in this peaceful state, let's speak the names of those for whom we want to pray in this moment.
All the people in the condos and the fort.
For Katie.
Eddie and Ruben.
For
Anna's
Vicky.
got lost someone, so this pandemic.
For Danielle and Tony and for Davion. For Melinda and PJ. Cheryl and family. Georgette and family. For Melissa. For Doreen and Evelyn.
For Tricia and Kristen. And Isaiah and Vance.
For Karen, for Carol, and for Robbie. For all these names, and for all those who are unnamed in this moment, but who are in our hearts and minds, we know that they are whole, perfect, and complete. We know that they too have everything at their fingertips to be at peace with whatever is happening in their lives right now, to navigate it gracefully, to have the power that they need in order to move forward with spiritual confidence. We wish peace upon this planet, and we confirm, affirm, and commit to being peace on this planet ourselves, to showing up with unity and harmony in our hearts. so that we bring peace to a challenged nation and a challenged world, a suffering environment. We offer this in the name and in the nature of Jesus the Christ, who is our brother and our way shower. Amen. So we know that Source, God, gives all things to us, helps us to live our lives, and gives us the freedom to do the things that we are called to do, the things that we are called to be in this life. And so in this prayerful energy with spiritual confidence, we now recite our celebration of giving. Together, find love as me.
Blesses and multiplies all the good that I am and have, all the good that I give and receive, and so it is.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I'll watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I will ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Thank you.
Now let's bless our offering. We are deeply grateful for the time, treasure, and talent that overflows into this community so that we can do the work that we are called to do in this world, delivering a message of peace, love, joy, abundance, harmony, and unity. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen. So just a few announcements. Please, sir. The one who wouldn't come to my pity party.
You come next time.
Mental note. He might have a pity party he needs somebody to come to one day. So I want to thank our landscape team that continually shows up to keep our grounds beautiful and lovely. Thank you so much, everybody. They're out in the heat, the cold, the wind, sometimes the rain. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really do have beautiful grounds, and we just appreciate everything you do. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
It was King Dia this month that really pulled their weight, and mine too.
Thank you, thank you.
Look at all this weight.
So today we have some wonderful people here from Wrestling Funeral Home to help us to present our end-of-life planning seminar. This is really important information. It is life-changing for your loved ones. It really is one of the best gifts you can give the people you love to make plans for the end of your life. And so we're going to be online at 12:30. Those of you who are here and you're staying for the seminar, we're going to have something to eat. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back in here in this room. So those of you who are watching remotely, you can still be a part of the seminar. You just log back on just like you were going to watch service. So we'll be on Facebook for this and then also on the website. So you can either stay online or join us again at 12:30 if you're watching remotely. Next, Quentin, please. So again, starting July 10, our second Saturday community coffee house. Woo, we were out last night at the Chicago concert. See, I can't even string a sentence. And I need sleep. So starting July 10, we're going to have our community concerts where we're just going to get together, enjoy great music. We got some great professionals lined up who are going to come in, and we're going to be able to be together, hear some great music every single month, and just have a great time. And really what we want to do, we love being together, and we're going to invite the community to come and be together with us. So we're going to have a good time. So 7 to 8:30, we are going to have ticket prices. It's $25 per person, and if you're coming as a couple, then it's $40. And we're going to have refreshments, so you don't have to bring anything with you. And we're going to have about an hour and a half of just a great time together. Music for the heart and soul of community. Next, please. And don't forget, we're celebrating our 32nd anniversary on July 11, right after service. And we're going to have food, and it'll be our first potluck after pandemic and not being able to be together. So come and join us and have a great time, and let's celebrate this community that we all love. I think that's the last one, right? And now, Mike, mission and vision, please, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So glad to see all these smiling faces. Makes all the difference in the world.
It does.
Please join me in our vision and mission statement. Right now, we are
Unity Spiritual Center, Saxe. We're a thriving global community of spiritual seekers, transforming lives through love and the expression of our innately divine gifts. Our mission is to inspire spiritual and personal growth through the teaching and demonstration of unity principles towards the realization of living our best lives.
Thank you.
Divine wisdom is at work in every area of our lives right now. Everything is always working out for us. I don't need that. So thank you very much for being with us this Sunday morning, for sharing your time with us. It is your love and energy that makes this place so special, that makes it the place that we all love to be on Sunday mornings. We're going to have one more song with Tom and Kate, and then we'll head out to take a break and get ready for our seminar. Have a great week, and namaste. Blessings to all of you.
I walked down to the river, stood on the shore. Seems like the devil's always trying to get in my door. Just when I thought I couldn't take any more, here he comes again, my friend. He keeps sending me angels from up on high. He keeps sending me angels to teach me to fly. He keeps sending me angels, sweet and true. He keeps sending me angels just like you. As I stand on this mountain, face to the wind, amazed at the number of times we've all sinned, the countless enemies that could have been a friend. Oh, here he comes again, and he keeps sending me angels. Here they come a-flying. He keeps sending me angels to keep me from crying. He keeps sending me angels so sweet and true. He keeps sending me angels just like you. Some say that it's coming. I say it's already here. The love that's among us, through the joy and the fear. When I look into your eyes, everything is so clear, my friend. Here he comes again. He keeps sending me angels from up on high. He keeps sending me angels to teach me to fly.